Well, well, well. Well done, M. Night Shyamalan. I also think that it's pretty cool that Kiki's Delivery Service is canon to this universe. I don't know. I just thought that was very funny. So Knock at the Cabin is a brand new film from M. Night Shyamalan. If you're a big movie buff like me, then you know he's made some pretty good movies, and he's made some very questionable ones, with probably the most questionable one of all under his belt. He's pretty much just the living embodiment of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. But Knock at the Cabin essentially follows this couple and their daughter who were staying in a cabin when four strangers break in and go, "Hey, we've been sent here on a very important mission. One of you must choose to sacrifice one of your family, and if you don't, the world will end." So the question becomes, will they or will they not? Or are these people just crazy and nothing's gonna happen? Simple, to the point, and I like it. First off, this movie messed me up big time. Have you ever left the theater just feeling drained and overwhelmed, not really knowing what to think in the moment? So you just kind of sit in your car afterwards like, well, damn. That was pretty much what I did after seeing Knock at the Cabin. Just sat in silence for 15 minutes thinking about it. This movie had no right to be this good or this entertaining. And yeah, it's got those typical moments and bits of dialogue that make it a Shyamalan film, but my eyes were constantly glued to the screen. I was tense as hell the whole time. There were several moments where I was just freaking the fuck out. To say this movie is tense is a complete understatement. No amount of words or trailers can really give an accurate representation of how tension-filled this movie is. And a lot of that comes from the characters and the acting performances. Like, let me touch on Dave Bautista for a sec, cause holy shit. I used to look at this guy all the time and go, oh, that's the guy that plays Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. Huh. Cool. He has officially freed himself from those shackles because he just crushes it in this movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody in this movie does a really good job, but in terms of standout performances, Dave Bautista has proven to me that he's just a great actor that can invoke a lot of emotion. And he does. You feel really bad for this guy when he's talking about having to put these people in this predicament. You could just tell from the look on his face and his body language that he is not comfortable with this situation. Even the other three that come into the cabin with him, you could just see it on their faces. If they could be off doing something else besides this, they would be doing it. And because of that, there's this huge sense of urgency that just kind of lingers over the entire movie. And Knock at the Cabin manages to somehow make very compelling arguments for both sides. I mean, you definitely get where the two dads are coming from because as far as they know, these four lunatics just came out of the woods to fuck with them and hold them hostage. But the more you listen to the four strangers and the more that they explain why they're there, you kind of go, well, shit. I mean, maybe they are telling the truth. And you learn a lot more about them as people, and weirdly enough, you come to care about them. It just kind of ends up making you feel very conflicted about this whole scenario. You don't want to see anybody die, but if someone doesn't, the world is gonna end. Or is it? That dilemma adds a level of stakes to this film that they never really show you in the trailer. I mean, yeah, sure, they tell you in the trailer that if these people continue to say no, bad shit is gonna happen. But there is way more going on here than just that. Once again, spoiler territory, but just know that something happens in this movie that absolutely made my jaw hit the floor. Knock at the Cabin also just has a few tiny details that give it some flair. Depending on what you believe and what you know, you could look at these four strangers and go, there's four strangers, they're all talking about the apocalypse. Holy shit, are these guys the Four Horsemen? I don't know, I just love little niche details like that. Now, a bit of a hot take incoming, but I think this might be Shyamalan's best film since The Sixth Sense. Because when you're watching this with the mindset of, okay, what would I do if I was in this situation? I mean, sit there and picture it for a moment. A bunch of people break into your house and say, look, if you don't kill your mom, your dad, your sister, or whoever, the world is gonna end. You need to make a choice. And of course, any sane person would be like, no, what? Who the fuck are you? No, get the fuck out of here. But on the off chance that they are right, could you do it? Honestly, could you sacrifice somebody that you love for the greater good? I guess it just depends on the person and what they believe. Because let's face it, some people in this world don't even want to believe that their hair's on fire, even though their hair is completely ablaze. It's just human nature for people to often disregard or deny anything that they don't understand. And Knock at the Cabin drives that home perfectly. Humanity's biggest enemy will always be our hubris and our pride. Remember that, kids. In the end, guys, Knock at the Cabin pretty much blew away all my expectations. Everyone was great, especially Dave Bautista. This movie had me so tense that I was just constantly on the edge of my seat, biting my nails and just wondering what the fuck was gonna happen next. And I just can't forget how truly thought-provoking this movie is. It's a lot more thought-provoking than any movie has any right to be. It is indeed a top contender for my top 10 best list of 2023, and that's why I'm gonna say without any guilt that Knock at the Cabin is a gift from the gods. Well, there you have it, guys, my first ever gift from the gods rating to a movie in 2023. And this was not the movie I thought I was going to give it to. I'm going to be honest. I never thought I'd say this either. I can't wait to see what Shyamalan does next. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, I'm the Unbiased Movie Nerd. I'm saying peace, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace out, everybody.